It's Madden NFL 22, and today's clash of conferences is just moments away. It's the Buccaneers and the Chiefs, and it comes your way next.
It is still summer in the Midwest, and a pleasant summer day at that as we are set for football at GEHA Field at Arrowhead Stadium in Kansas City, Missouri. Tap here between the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the Kansas City Chiefs. Brady now on first down. And that's complete. It's Chris Godwin. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. The game's first play produces 6 yards. Brings up second down. To throw is Brady. And a first hookup with his all-pro tight end, Rob Gronkowski. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Well, CD, you get these two teams together, and you get them each at full strength, and you know you're going to see some passing. We expect to see the ball in the air a lot as this game goes on.
Yeah, they were number 1 and number 2 in the NFL in passing yards last season. Kansas City 1, Tampa Bay 2, which means both defenses, they got their rest, because going against these offenses, throwing the ball around and spreading the field, you're going to do a lot of running trying to cover. Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
For these Bucs, Charles, 31-9, they were winners the last time these two teams met back in February. What kind of chances do you give them of going back-to-back? You know, it hasn't been done since the Super Bowls in 2004 and 2005.
But when you analyze this team, you start with the front office. It's the same GM. The head coach and his staff essentially the same. They brought back all 22 starters from last year's Super Bowl championship team. And, oh, yeah, there's a certain Mr. Brady who won both of those titles in 2004, 2005 as the starting quarterback there. He's back as the quarterback here. I like their chances.
Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up first and 10, just shy of the 30. They'll run for the first time with Clyde Edwards-Helaire. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be second down. Here's Mahomes to throw. Escaping the pressure right. That's caught. It's DeMarcus Robinson. And they'll get it up just short of... at the 44. And that a good sign for KC's chances. Something we didn't see much of in Super Bowl 55. Patrick Mahomes out of the pocket making plays.
Well, partner, by all accounts, he's back to 100% physically. And that's not good news for NFL defenses. That allows him to move around, buy time, and find people downfield. And if he doesn't, he can take off and run and pick up first downs as well.
Meanwhile, Mahomes throw into the hands here of Hardman. Well, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40.
We talk about mobility on quarterbacks all the time. Here's where it really pays off. Able to move, evade, and is accurate throwing on the run and picking up a first down.
So from Buccaneer territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. A shotgun snap and a give to Edwards-Helaire. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped.
How best to describe that one? I'd say right down Broadway on that run.
A straight-ahead running. I think that might be something we see a lot of between the tackles today.
Well, he's enjoying things so far here this afternoon. Sees a crease and bursts through it for a solid gain.
And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script. You go through your play calling. You go through all the stuff and establish things. And it looks like it's going like clockwork.
And he's going to be taken down, sacked back around the 18-yard line. The 305-pound Ndamukong Suh fighting the path to the QB there. And this is reminiscent, Charles, of what we saw back in February. The Buccaneer pass rush creating problems for Mahomes.
And you think about how often he was on the run in that game. All the yards that he used up trying to get away from people. If he could have just gone downfield, he probably would have 200 yards rushing in that game. They did sack him 3 times, forced him into 2 interceptions. The pressure was relentless. This is a really tough unit to move the ball against.
I thought they were going to sack him there like they did on first down. Great coverage, but he found a way to move with his legs.
Yeah, his ability to take off. Not only did he get some yardage back, he got a little bit extra. Really helps him on 3rd down. Makes it manageable now.
3rd and goal at the 4-yard line. No gain on the play that time, so a big stop, and it's going to leave him with a 4th and goal. Looking at this situation, if you're at the 1, the 2, maybe you go for it. From here, you kick it.
I agree. I think you have to get points in this situation. 4th down, I don't chance it at all. I put the points on the board and go back and regroup.
No movement from the field goal unit. They've got 4 full yards to go here on 4th and goal to hit pay dirt, but they're going to go. And that is caught. Touchdown, Kansas City. Travis Kelce there to make the grab. And the Chiefs are going to take a first-quarter lead. Well, Charles, there's something that the Chiefs did not do at all in Super Bowl 55, and that's find the end zone, but they're in for 6 here.
Yeah, they could only come up with 3 field goals in that game. A huge surprise to just about everybody out there. But in this one, on the board early compared to the last time they played against this team.
Mahomes will throw for it. And that is going to be caught. And it moves the lead to 8-0. So they're able to throw it in for the 2-point conversion. Sometimes that can be a risky play, but they got it. Yeah,
you always have to be careful here because if you do get it intercepted, it's returned by the defense, that's 2 points for them. But you identified an open target and put it right on it.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, do you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trade expression 101. Win first down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on first down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating first downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage.
On 1st and 10, here's Brady. It's caught by Mike Evans. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done.
All quarterbacks are better when they have clean pockets to throw from, but you give one to Tom Brady, he'll decimate a defense. A really nice job there by his offensive line, giving him the protection to survey the field and make a nice, accurate throw.
Brady's throw complete here, pulled in by Howard. And he gets this to the 35, good for a gain of 5. But, Charles, you think about these two teams, and think about how long it's been since we've had the same two teams play in the Super Bowl back-to-back years. You have to go back to the Cowboys and Bills almost 30 years ago in the 90s. That's the only time that it's happened in the Super Bowl era. So I'm curious, what kind of chances do you see this? And he fumbled it. It's on the ground, and it's picked up by the Chiefs. There he goes, right side. He's at the 30. 10. And he has brought this one back. A fumble recovery for a Chiefs touchdown. And he has great speed, defensive back speed. Once he got it and took off, there was no catching.
And I know every team tells you to hustle no matter what the play, but there was no chance of catching him. Maybe if it had been a defensive tackle running with the ball, but not in this case.
Now Mahomes to the line as the Chiefs are going to go for the two-point try. Now after the fumble recovery, it's Mahomes. And they're going to get it. That one's caught. And now the lead moves to 16-0. I think we're sensing a trend here. 2 first-half touchdowns. After going for 2 after the first score, CD, I thought maybe they would kick the PAT here. No, they get 2 more.
No, they decided to really press the advantage because, remember, getting the 2 after the first score, you've already got the other team back on their heels if they're going to mount a comeback. But to go up 2 scores and 2 two-point conversions, you've really got them thinking on the other sideline.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. It's their 3rd drive now, and so far we've seen a punt. In that second drive, CD, they turned the ball over, so not the start that they were envisioning.
Yeah, they've been ineffective so far, but look, they've worked on a game plan all week long. Don't get away from it too soon. Find a way to get some significant gains, loosen up, get going, and then they should be okay the rest of the way.
From the 30 on second down, Brady. And this is caught by Evans. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled.
When this Bucs offense is humming, this is what they're good at. Those short to intermediate passes. They get the ball out quickly in rhythm, and it's a tough offense to slow down when they're playing well.
Fournette, a first down carry. He juked him, and they'll get him down as he's inside the 40.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
On first down, Brady. He'll get this one complete to Darden. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
Meanwhile, Brady's throw taken in by Evans here. A gain of 6 there on first. Four yards remain for second down. They go back to the ground now with Fournette. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Now Brady. Godwin's got it. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. A 5-yard touchdown catch. And the Bucs are able to cut in now to that deficit. Extra point put through by Succop. And that trims the lead down to 9. So that winds up a 7-play drive all told. And it ends with a touchdown for the Bucs. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback. Kansas City taking the field for their second drive. A good balance attack for that last touchdown drive they had. Now it's time to see if they can do that again.
It really becomes a tale of two play callers, doesn't it? The offensive guy, he's in sync. Everything's working pretty well. For the defensive
what's going on the defensive side?
That's a tough one because he's prepped all week as well, and he can't get a bead on exactly what they're doing right now. What he needs is one of his guys just to make a big play and disrupt things.
On play action, it's Mahomes. And going deep for Hill. He's got a man, complete. And they're able to get this way down there inside the Tampa 20. Mahomes finding Hill for a big play. And even 60 yards. Excellent execution, and now they're set up nicely.
Are they ever? Red zone? I wonder what the next play call is going to be, because after a big play like that, a lot of teams like to use the momentum to launch another one.
Being chased out left. And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Patrick Mahomes, 15 yards. And the Chiefs are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Well, the defensive coverage was good, so good he just decided to make a play of his own, and it worked out.
Yeah, you often wonder if they think to themselves, was the coverage too good to allow him to run the football? I think you'd rather take your chances with him doing exactly that, and he beat him on that play all the way to the end zone.
And the Chiefs are going to have first and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. So they elect to pass there on the two-point try. Sometimes can prove risky. There it worked out.
Yeah, and I love how you bring up that it can prove risky, because if you get it intercepted and they return it, that's 2 points for the defense, but not on that play.
And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards. Tom Brady leads the offense out for their next possession. A lot of the problems have been on the other side of the ball. Is that frustrating for a quarterback who's been playing well?
It is, but there's no way that the best ones let their teammates know that. They actually take it upon themselves and say, okay, I have to do even more, or I need to play better. Maybe even say, I put my defense in a bad spot. That's what true leadership shows you.
Yeah, well, he doesn't need to change much personally.
When you're struggling on offense, you're looking for anything possible to get you going. Sometimes you do it like basketball teams that don't normally press. You put a press on, bring people to life, make them move a little bit quicker. Maybe that'll help them as they head towards the half.
1st and 10 here. You know, if they could just get 3 out of this, there's something about narrowing it to a 2-score game at half that makes it feel like much less of an obstacle. Brady's throw complete there to Johnson. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40.
If you're running out route, it's like...
I believe they buzzed down. They're going to take another look at this play with all reviews coming from the replay official here in the final 2 minutes of the half. Did he keep those feet in bounds? That's the question they've got to decide. And I got to say, watching it in real time, it was awfully close.
Yeah, it certainly looked like a heck of a catch because he didn't appear to bobble it, which could complicate things. But even with the benefit of replay.
After reviewing the play, the ruling on the field stands.
Second and 2. Brady. Throwing left side, he's got Gronk, complete. The Bucs going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. So they go from one 42-yard line to the other as they come up now 1st and 10. Here's Brady to throw. Looking for Godwin, and he's got him complete. And just a yard to go here on 2nd down. Now Brady again. Getting it out wide here to Bernard. Oh, a solid stiff arm and some open field. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. The Bucs forced to use their third and final timeout, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. So Brady departs, and on is Ryan Succop for the Buccaneer field goal. This just a 35-yard attempt from the left hash. And Succop will put this one right through, and that will close the gap down to 14. So the 3 points here, they're still down, but they put somewhat of a dent into that lead going into the break.
Anything helps when you're trying to chip away at a lead, but they do know that they're going to need a little bit better effort in the second half.
And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. And with a 2-score lead already, they may just look to get this thing to the locker room. And going deep for Hill. And it is incomplete. Good positioning there downfield to break that one up. And this Bucs defense, you remember, pretty stout last year, the number 6 overall unit in the NFL.
And I think that as the season wore on, and you pointed this out to me as well, you start to see some of their rookies begin to figure things out.
Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Jordan Whitehead. And he will be brought down on what will be the final play of this first half. And okay, so much for our halftime break. Apparently we're going to get right back to it. All right, Coach, thank you very much as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. Ready for the start of the third quarter. The Chiefs have the lead and set to receive the football. Takes it at the 7. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. Out comes Patrick Mahomes in the Chiefs offense. And he's had some time to chew on that interception he threw on his last drive back in the first half.
Well, normally we say, want to get him right back out on the field and play again, right? But as you mentioned, had the halftime, had to stew about it a little bit. Maybe he'll have a chance to relax a little and kind of laugh and chuckle and let it go.
He'll hope to respond positively here to start the third quarter. And that's going to be a Chiefs first down as he's got this up to the 40-yard line. They've got the lead early here in the third quarter, and runs like that are how they establish that lead in the first half.
I love the fact that you're using the word lead because they are leading from the front, pounding on the defense right now with the running game, and truly establishing themselves here in the second half.
1st and 10, it's Edwards-Helaire with it. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. Second down.
Not the kind of gain that we'll go absolutely crazy for, but it's the kind of gain that you need to have when you're running back in the NFL. And Clyde Edwards-Helaire with that low center of gravity and strength.
Oh, the Buccaneer pressure too much. Down he goes. Shaquille Barrett put that sack by his name in the stat sheet. It seemed like he kept going through those progressions, and I thought he might dump that underneath, but he couldn't get rid of the football in time.
And I have to wonder if he was thinking while he was back there, I wish there were a lot less progressions on this play. Just someone that I can dump the ball to and get it out of my hands.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Taking a deep shot here for Hardman. Got a man, it's caught at the 6-yard line. And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Mecole Hardman, 65 yards. And the Chiefs add on to their lead. Patrick Mahomes, he can do everything seemingly, and that time he just reared back and let it fly.
And you'd think on 3rd down they'd just be looking for something right beyond the sticks, and I think they caught the defense flat-footed as a result because they decided they were going to take a shot right there, and it ended up being a big play.
And the final readout on Next Gen Stats, remarkable. That ball traveling close to 80 yards in the air. They'll try and throw for it. And this is going to be caught. It's good. And that extends their lead by 2 more. So they go with a pass there on the two-point try and able to convert it, Charles.
And a good job by the offense figuring out their two-point play and using it well. It's interesting how people are using the strategy nowadays, though, isn't it?
It really is, and I don't know how much that particular play factored in, but with the PAT moving back in 15-16, that kind of changed things, didn't it?
It's really a part of everyone's strategy now. When I talk with coaches and when we sit with them, they always talk about they actually have two-point periods in practice now, something they never really did before.
Here comes the Buccaneers offense. They get their first reps of the second half. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
From the 27, Brady, and he drops it incomplete, and their struggles continue here.
Another attempt, another incompletion, and when I look at the scoreboard and where we are in this game, it comes to mind that they have to start getting the ball in the hands of their playmakers. Throw it to the guys that maybe can take a short pass and turn it into a long gain or make people miss downfield. They've got to have points, and the guys who can put the ball in the end zone, they're the ones that need to touch the ball.
That's it, baby. We got work.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon, and it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a first down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going?
Brady now on first down. Goes right side, complete to Gronk.
Nice rhythm throw there on first down. He located his tight end, made a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. Again, they'll throw with Brady. And that almost their first INT of the ball game. Had his sights on it, but he couldn't seal the deal. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Brady going to throw. There's the stiff arm. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds.
But they certainly had success throughout this contest, getting him the ball in the passing game, and there he picks up another first down. Whatever they saw going into this one, they've been able to capitalize on it, and no adjustment has been made to take it away.
And he's taken down, a Chiefs sack. It was Frank Clark that time who got in there to bring him down. Impressive individual effort there. No one was going to stop him around the edge.
Yeah, no doubt about it. And that's why if you play in a 4-3 base and you're a defensive end, that's why you get the big bucks. They count on you to do everything. Defend the run, and, of course, get to the quarterback.
A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive. A long way to go here on third down for the 8th play of the drive. Brady now to throw. Here's Johnson with a reception. And he'll be brought down with a first down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 26.
That's a big gainer on that play, and from experience, I can tell you, that's where defensive backs will come into the huddle and say, guys, how about some pass rush? But you're going to say it nicely because those big guys up front, they don't like being criticized very much. Quarterbacks in this league, you know they'll pick you apart if you give them time like that to find receivers downfield.
Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
Brady to throw again. And that one not to be. It's incomplete. So they couldn't hook up as time has now run out on this third quarter of play. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his third down play as we played 3 quarters. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Gronkowski got it on the crossing route. And the Bucs are going to have first and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there is going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
Staying on his feet. And in for the Buccaneers touchdown. Tyler Johnson from 10 yards out. And the Buccaneers have got it back to a 2-score game here in the fourth. Brady will look to throw for it. And they're going to get the 2-point conversion, caught in the end zone. And that cuts the lead a bit further. He hits the big target for the 2-point try. Defenses hate those guys, especially around the goal line.
It's hard to decide who you're going to put on him. Are you going to put a smaller corner on him? Are you going to put a safety who doesn't have maybe the same coverage skills? How about a linebacker? He may have the size, but he's not used to really covering in space. That's why the tight end gives you such a great advantage when you're throwing the football.
And out come the Chiefs now. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this fourth quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
Flush to his right. He'll have a first down past the 40. And finally brought down at the 43. It's a big play there for the Chiefs.
No let up in this passing game. They've been a well-oiled machine throughout. And actually saw a few guys on the sidelines at the end of the third quarter doing the old hold up 4 fingers college sign, meaning the fourth quarter is ours. And they certainly weren't kidding.
Edwards-Helaire as they run out of the gun. Sheds off the tackle. And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. 45 yards rushing for him now on just 6 carries to this point. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They'll run here with Edwards-Helaire. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short. Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely. You want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. Edwards-Helaire, they'll try to run for it. And he picks up the first down yardage as he takes this one down to the 15.
Well, I don't think there's any question, Brandon, at this stage, the stop troops, the defensive guys, they've got to use their 3 timeouts here. They've got to stop them and get the ball back.
Yeah, if you're in that 2 to 3 score deficit window that they're in now, you got to get it ASAP.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Stop them, use your timeouts. Easier to move the ball on offense without timeouts than to stop them on defense without using them.
That's some good hard running there as he'll push his way forward for about 5. Ball sits on the 10, 2nd and 5. Here again is McKinnon. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Chiefs in possession of the ball as we welcome you back. They've got it 1st and goal in a game that appears to have already been decided. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. It's 2nd and goal, back to the 8-yard line now. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown. Clyde Edwards-Helaire, an 8-yard touchdown run. And the Chiefs have pretty well put it away here in the fourth quarter.
Is it okay if I break one of our rules, partner, which is to never call a game over until it's over? because this certainly feels like it's over after that drive.
Yeah, that was spirit-crushing, wasn't it? And now you just kind of felt the air go out of the balloon.
Yeah, they were fighting so hard to stay in there, and they knew they had to stop them on that drive. But when they were unable to, I think you're exactly right. You could see them sag on their sideline, and I think this one might just be over.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback. Here comes the Tampa Bay offense now heading back out onto the field. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride.
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. Here's a throw caught by Gronkowski.
Well, I can put my defensive cap on right now, and I know they're saying don't give up any big plays now. They've controlled this game throughout, and all they want to do is see it through to the end. I think they let their guard down a little bit with that last completion. Sometimes when you're trying not to give up bigger plays, you don't react as fast as you should on other throws.
Now they got to get to the line quickly. And now a fumble. Brady loses the football, and it's picked up by the Chiefs. And the possession is theirs at their own 43-yard line.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the fourth quarter.
You'd say an afternoon to forget, absolutely. Now this Chiefs offense gets set to go again. And checking the timeouts, they do have two defensively, but no real need to use them as they're not going to be able to stop the clock after that. Runs through the contact, and he's able to get across midfield and down into Buccaneer territory. 76 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2. Mahomes going to throw it here. Taking a deep shot here for Hardman. And that will be caught, but out of the end zone, says the field judge. It's ruled incomplete. Fourth quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead, because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you can put yourself in jeopardy.
And a throw there going to be incomplete.
That was an interesting look there, because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
They'll go for it. It's Mahomes. Dancing to his left. And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds.
Partner, it's often the man coverage is easier for a quarterback to run against. You get your receivers going downfield. Those guys are staying with them, and oftentimes they have their back to the quarterback, which opens up a lot of space and room, and they don't even know.
And that's caught. It's Kelsey. Touchdown, Kansas City. Travis Kelsey, 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Chiefs are able to extend their lead.
Well, partner, when a team's up this big, this late in the game, I always wonder what's their motivation, because if it's me, I'm thinking about pulling on the reins a little bit. But for them, I don't think it's in their DNA. It's not in their head coach's makeup at all. I think his opinion is, you stop us. We're not supposed to pull back ourselves.
Now Mahomes to the line as the Chiefs are going to go for the 2-point try. Mahomes will throw for it. And this is going to be caught. So add 2 more to the lead as they continue to pour it on here in the fourth.
I think this is just going to be a function of the times we live in now. Very similar to the bat flip in baseball. Everyone's got to start to get comfortable with this. But to me, this is just rubbing it in. You got a big lead. Go ahead and take the extra point. One thing to keep in mind, though, karma's still out there, and sometimes has a way of catching up with you.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. They have a little bit of time left here, but this one not going to go their way.
And this is where, in this situation for me, you just go ahead and run out the clock, shake hands, congratulations, and move on. Because now, you're not going to make up for what's happened during the game in this last sequence.
We'll see what they do here in this last sequence. 2nd and 6. Now Brady. He's got it complete to Gronkowski. And he is out of bounds right around the 34.
Well, this game is certainly pretty well over. They can go ahead and mark it in the win column. But as a defense, they don't want to get so soft now that everybody just throws the ball all over the place against them, gets big yardage, and puts points on the board. They have pride, too, on that side of the ball.
Now one final throw here is incomplete, and that is how this one will come to an end. A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory, and the defensive guys are just saying, hey, put those points up every week, we'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points, allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.